Hi everyone, this is Danielle from Blank Canvas. Thank you for joining me for today's video. And today's video is going to be a little different. I am actually going to be doing my face as if I were two different people, meaning that one half of my face is going to be dark and one half of my face is going to be very fair. And as far as I can get it looking believable, that is. So I'm going to have one half of my face representing a Negro woman and the other half of my face representing a Caucasian woman. And why am I doing this? Well, in Trinidad and Tobago, we have such a rich heritage of different peoples and different races coming and mixing and living together in this twin island nation. And it is so easy to try to stereotype someone into thinking this is what you think they should be or what it is they are, and it really may not be what you think it is. So someone walking down the street may have dark skin and a straight nose like I do, and you think, okay, if she's a dark woman, she's supposed to have a broad nose, or she's supposed to have really full lips and high cheekbones, or if she's fair, she's supposed to have a straight nose and thinner lips. And it's so weird what it is we do, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. And I just think it's ingrained in us to be a little on the judgmental side, and I just don't find that's fair. I think we are all everybody, if that makes sense. I think we have so much of each other in us that it's not fair to label someone, and it's not fair to stereotype them. There are people of mixed races all over, especially as the world is getting a lot more globalized and a lot smaller because of communication and technology improving. And so particularly in Trinidad and Tobago, we have peoples that came from India, from China, from Africa, from different European countries, and of course those that were indigenous here, like the Arabs and Caribs. So we pretty much have it all, and it's all in almost every one of us. So this is a series that I hope to have at least 3 of, and it's called I Am Half and Half. So today I'm going to be doing half white, half black, or to be politically correct, half Negroid, half Caucasian. And it's just to make us more aware that we have so much more in us than what you can physically see. And I think that is the best way I can put it, that there's much more inside of us than what is seen on the outside. So it's so much, sometimes the emphasis is so much on what it is you can do with your physical features that you forget what is written in your DNA and what you're going to pass on from generation to generation. My plans for this video are so much more than, okay, this is what I can do with someone who has dark skin, this is what I can do with someone who has fairer skin. It's more about self-acceptance and self-awareness and just being comfortable in your own skin, whatever skin that may be. I really hope that you learned from this video and you're able to take away a feeling of well-being and well-roundedness, and learn to accept everyone just for who they are, despite what you may see. So this is going actually, this video, it's also going to be, this video is also going to be challenging my makeup skills, because making my face darker, I don't think it's going to be that much difficult, but making my skin lighter and making it believably lighter with just makeup is going to challenge my skills, and I look forward to the challenge. I'm not saying go and make your skin lighter or darker depending on your mood. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just supposed to be an enlightening video. So I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the tutorial.
So I start off first with the dark side, and I am using the darkest shade from the Kett Fixx Creme line, which is N11, and I'm just putting that all over this side of my face with a sponge. Then I'm using L'Oreal Hip Foundation in Mahogany. This is a discontinued line, but they do have the True Blend now, which is very similar. I'm just using this as the darkest shade, and I'm putting this on with a foundation brush. So just everywhere where we had put the first base, I'm applying this foundation. And this is going to get my skin a few shades darker. I'm going to set that now with Black Opal Deluxe Finishing Powder in Deep. And I'm using the same sponge to just pat that onto my skin. Now for the fair side, I'm using the lightest shade, which is N1. And I'm using the sponge to apply that all over my skin. I have to really work this one into my skin so that it looks believable as a foundation shade. Really trying to make it look like my skin. And because Caucasian skin is not white, it has to have a little opacity to it. So I'm using this shade again from the Hip Foundation line, and it's in 800, which is a yellow-based foundation. And it's going to give my skin some more luminosity, some more believability, if that's the word. Make you really think that this is the shade of my skin. So I'm placing this over my lips, over my eyes, everywhere that I put the Fixx Creme. I'm going to set that now with the light shade in the Black Opal using the powder so that it will really get a good set on the foundation with the sponge instead of using a powder brush. You get a more dense application of the powder than if you would use a brush. For the dark brows, I'm using my Arista dark brown to sculpt and shape my brows. I'm using a small angle brush to do that. And then I'm going to use that same matte brown on a blending brush and put this in the crease. Using sweeping motions back and forth to add definition to the eyes. To highlight, I'm using bronze from MAC. And this I'm going to put on the same fluffy brush right under the brow to act as a subtle highlight to the skin. And I'm also putting that on the lid. To deepen the intensity in the crease, I'm going to add Carbon, which is a matte black from MAC, and using the same fluffy blending brush. This look is just very natural, so that's why I'm using the blending brush a lot. Then I'm going back with that same bronze color that we applied earlier to the eyes and using to the top of the cheeks to get a nice sheen to the skin. This blush is called Copper Glue, and on skin this dark, you're not really going to see much of the orange color, but it will give the skin a nice luminosity. This ebony skin really benefits from something that's nice and orange based like this blush is. So if you have skin this dark, you can look for something similar. Going back up to the eyes, use the eyeliner in black to line the top lash line. I'm using this in the waterline as well, just to add definition. For the face side, I'm using this light brown eyeshadow. It's just a nameless one from Primark. I'm using this to sculpt my brows. Because the skin is lighter, you need a lighter powder to sculpt the brows. Because I remember you put the foundation right through the hairs in the brow as well. So it doesn't take a dark powder to really bring out the brows. And I'm going to use that same light brown color in the crease to define it. I'm using another blending brush to really add that color softly to the crease. I'm using Orb from MAC, which is a pale peach color, and this will just look very natural on skin this fair. I'm putting this up under the brow, and I'm also going to put it on the lid area. So just a very soft, very natural look. This is Deep Bronze from NYX or NYX, and I'm using it to just add a little more definition and deepen up the crease just a tiny bit. I'm using the same fluffy blending brush. Trick to any blended look, blending brush. This is a light gold from Sasha, and I'm putting this just on the tops of the cheekbones to add just a little bit of a shimmer. Nothing too apparent, but just like a nice glow to the skin. And then I'm using this blush, Peachy Keen from Revlon, to apply it to the cheekbones. I'm blending back. It's a very light blush. So to deepen it up, I use Revlon's Naughty or Spice to add a nice, more apparent flush to the skin on this side. I'm using espresso to line the eyes, and this is just a dark brown. Black would be too harsh for a natural look, so I'm using this dark brown to line the eyes, as well as put it in my waterline. For both sides, I have to use lots of mascara. This is L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes Mascara in black for both sides, upper and lower lashes. For the lips, I'm using the same color on both sides as well, but you would see it looks different because both bases are different on both sides, and this is NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Plum. So this is the finished look. You can see it's drastically different on both sides because my skin is different colors on both sides. And as you can see, it's just natural makeup application for both dark and very light skin. I hope you can see the difference. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the individual features. You can see the eyes on the dark side are nice and glowy with definition in the crease, and the eyes on the fair side are just really very natural, really very well defined. The cheeks very peachy, very glowy, and on the other side it's just a lot of luminosity on the dark side. And the lips are just this natural light pinky color on the fair side and a natural gloss on the other. And this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.